has taken place. The one is Algeria. The northern part of Algeria was part of France, not just a colony, but it was seen as part of mainland France, populated not only by Muslim Arabs, but also by people of European origin. And it's interesting to note that when the European Union, or its predecessor, the European Economic Community, came into being in 1957, Algeria was a founding member of this European Union, because involuntarily in a way, because what is today Algeria at that time belonged to France. As I said, not as a colony, but it was an incorporated territory of mainland France and belonged to the EU, and Algeria has left the EU with its independence in 1961. In 1957, nobody in Germany had objected that there were several million Muslims becoming citizens of the European Union through the fact that France was also a founding member of the European Union. I'm just telling you that most people don't realize that Algeria was part of the European Union during 4 years, the first 4 years of its existence. We've just forgotten about that. I mean, the downside to it is to imagine what would have happened to Algeria if the Europeans would have been able to stay there. It would be something like the South Africa of the Maghreb, probably, or something like that. I mean, I'm not saying it would have been an easy and unconflictual way of looking at things, but it's interesting maybe to embark on a what-if thing. So, the populating of the northern part of Algeria is also to say that under certain circumstances you can undo a settlement migration because there is no population of European stock left in Algeria. Everybody has left. The other area where the latest part of European expansion is Palestine. The Jewish settlement in Palestine, the first ones who came were of European origin, although today you find more Jews in Israel who are of North African and Middle Eastern origin, who have come from Morocco or from Egypt or from Iran than from Europe as a percentage of the population. The Jewish settlements in the West Bank also give you an idea how settlement migration works. You grab some land, you build a fence around, you try to keep the natives out, and you take it. So it's settlement migration is a disturbing, I mean, seen from a culturally sensitive point of view, it's a disturbing development because usually you use force or in very asymmetric power balance in a situation. And the reason why we are speaking English and French and Spanish and Portuguese in the Americas and why the people are mainly Christians has to do with the fact that the European migrants into these overseas territories have not integrated into the native societies, but just wiped them out. This should not be forgotten. Now, my main point here is to say, since the discovery of the Americas and the seaway to India until the year 1985, we have seen 400 years of net emigration, more people leaving Europe than coming. And it's only since about 25 years that we are seeing more immigration to Europe than emigration. And so I think when talking about mentalities, when talking about institutions, when talking about the way we're dealing with migration, I think these 400 years must have had a larger impact on our mentality, on our mental landscape than the last 25 years. When you take a map of Europe of the 1950s, you can see red are countries with more emigration, green with more immigration. You see that more people in most parts of Europe have left their country of origin than have come. So I think it's a way of saying you need to take this picture in mind. It's the whole of Southern Europe, it's places like Finland, like Norway, like the British Isles, like Austria, who have seen more emigration